Y'all, hopefully he let me make this video all the way through, but we're gonna see. Cause he was crying, so we're gonna see if he's gonna stay asleep or if he's gonna let me do it. But so with you, you know what you be doing? It's like you do this thing where you know when you like pointed out somebody's bullshit. Like you know how to point out people bullshit without you even directly point it out. Like you can just say something and let me tell you something. What I've learned, and I've done this too. When people take offense of what you're saying, that means they believe it. Like say you give your opinion or something about somebody, or you see how somebody's acting, and you know they're not being real tasteful. Or they doing this, they doing that, and you kind of say it, but you're not saying it towards them. You could probably say, "Well, I don't really, I'm not too really fond of people who do stuff like this or do that or whatever the case is." And you're not judging them. You just like they're just not my type of people. And then you got some people that would like take offense, and you're just like, why are you so defensive? It's because you believe what I'm saying. It's because you know what I'm saying is true. Let me tell you something. People are not gonna get offended unless you're speaking some type of truth. Because let me tell you something. If you say something about me that I know for a fact ain't got shit to do with me, or I know you ain't talking about me, or I know that's not my character, I'm not gonna take offense because you're not talking about me because I don't agree with what you're saying. So let me tell you something. When you say something, you see somebody get upset, they really in their feelings, just know for a fact you pointed out they bullshit. Not on purpose. You just pointed it out. And the reason that they're getting defensive is because you're right about everything you're saying. Because why would you get offended if you don't believe what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Why would you get offended if whatever you're saying is not you? Because for people like that, well, that ain't me. I don't give a. So why are you getting upset? Why are you getting mad? I'm not. If this is not your character, if this is not who you are, this is not what you do, then I'm not talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So you must believe what I'm saying. So yeah, let me tell y'all something about you. You got people like you got people like how dare you? How dare you point out my bullshit? How dare you point out that I'm a fucking fraud? How dare you? Oh, excuse my baby ears. How dare you? He can't. You don't know what I'm saying. How dare you point me out in front of everybody? Like how dare you do that? And it's just like people feel like with you, the way they respond is just they feel like the way they respond to you is showing them that what you're saying about them is not true, but they don't know the way they're responding to you is all the truth that you need. Because why are you upset? Why do you feel away? If I'm just describing somebody's character that I don't like, whatever the case is, if you say that's not you, why are you upset? What are you getting mad for? You get what I'm saying? So you offend people in the best way. Like you offend people when it comes to pointing out they bullshit because you ain't got time for it. You're like, I don't have time for this. Like I don't have time for the fake and phony. But if I'm not talking about you, why are you getting so offended? What's the problem? What's the problem? You get what I'm saying? So you got people around here that, and I don't know I don't know why they want to be in a certain place so bad, but then put in no work, and they trying to figure out how you can tell. Friend, they trying to figure out how can you tell they not about none of that shit they talking about. They trying to figure out how can you tell that you ain't been healing for real. They like how the hell do you know that? How are you? And you're not doing this on purpose. You do this by just being yourself. And I'm gonna tell you something. You do something by being yourself, and that people can't stand how you point out that they're not really who they say they are. Like that's because you know the rich homie coins. I know. Listen, with that song, yo, God, you ain't. You say you is. I know, and it's like you be knowing. But let me tell you something about you. You ain't petty. You don't go around and tell everybody. You let people figure it out for themselves. But you see it. But the thing about you is, you and this person, a person is. I'm not talking about one particular person. I'm talking about people you meet. That's fraud. It's like God put fraud people in your life for a reason, so you can expose them. So you can expose them to themselves, not to everybody, not to be petty, not to be judgmental, not to point them and put them on front street. But you expose people like face like 101. You expose them 101. Just God having a 101. It's like God put you in people's lives to show them you ain't really you're not who you say you are. And I need you to stop pretending who you say you are, because you are who they say that they are. So God put you in certain people's lives to show them they ain't been doing no work. They ain't been putting shit in, because you're the definition of putting in work. You're the definition of reflection. Yeah, they need to put your picture in the dictionary, because every time I come here, yeah, I gotta tell you that y'all the definition of this. You're a definition of adapting. You're a definition of all talk. I'm sorry, not all talk, but all action, no talk. They need to put y'all in the damn put y'all pictures by certain words in the dictionary, because you buy all of it. And these people feel like they're that. And when God put you in their life, the Most High, whoever you believe in, when they put them in their life, put you in their life, they like, I really ain't shit. I'm really not big dog. Somebody, it's people around you that you meet that you don't understand. You come across people that feel like they the big dog, and you the biggest. Compared to you, they Chihuahua. They thought they was Great Danes. Oh, and they Chihuahuas. Not throw no shade against Chihuahua, because I love Chihuahua. I sure had one, but you the big dog. You the Great Dane walking through this beach. And when you meet them, they feel so small. Not because you're doing something wrong, because you're doing everything right, and they're doing everything that, I'm not gonna say they're doing everything wrong, but they're not doing what they say they're doing. They're not doing what they say they're doing, and you point that out. You point that out without even trying. And what's so crazy, and what's so, when I mean scary, I don't mean scary in a bad way. What's so scary about you is like, you know people's secrets and you don't go tell it. You know people fake it phone and you don't say shit. And you got people scared. They just wait for that day for you to go expose them and be like, so and so fake. But you know what's crazy? You not no hater. You don't want to come off as a hater, so you let people find out for themselves. But the thing is, you let that person know that, oh, I know you ain't that. And then what's so crazy is you don't even have to say those words. You don't even have to say, oh, I know you fake. I know you funny. They feel like that when you show them, when you're like you represent what they say that they're doing. And once they see you doing everything that they say that they're doing, that they're not doing, and you just look at it, y'all. It's like y'all both. It's like you look at somebody and you just look at them like you could be smiling, and it's like, and they looking like, damn, they know my secret. Ooh, people. Don't tell nobody now. You know people's secrets. And you know what's so crazy about you? What's so special about you? You know people's secrets and you don't say nothing. You don't expose nobody's secrets. And you got people shaking just because you know their secrets. You know their secrets without even knowing they secrets. You know their secrets without you going to snoop for. You know people's secrets when you meet them. You know who somebody is when you meet them. You know if they're a fraud, they a scam artist as soon as you meet them. Soon as you meet them, and with you might assume that there's other people, that there's a lot of people that's like you that can just read a bitch, or they can just look at somebody and just have a conversation with them and tell them and can tell they full of shit. Don't assume that everybody's like that, because they're not. It's only a few that tap into their intuition. There's only a few that's gonna go with their gut feeling. There's only a few that can read the room as soon as they walk in. You can read a room as soon as you walk in. And let me tell you something. You can read a room as soon as you walk in, so you know when to walk the fuck out. You know how to walk out. You'll walk in the room, see the energy is off, and you'll walk out with no problem, happy. And then when you leave that place, he's smiling. When you leave that place, you go to a happy place. You like, nah, the energy off. And people are so surprised. Like, there's people that you be around, they're so afraid to say, nah, I don't want to be around them. People, not people like me. There's a difference between being cordial and being fake. Being cordial is like, I can say hey and keep it moving, but I'm not gonna have a conversation with you. I'm not doing that. And you have no problem with being around people. It's like people be like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe she did that. I'm not gonna be delusional with y'all. Like, you the type, you like, I'm not saying with them. I'm not saying with certain family members. I'm not talking to them for what? I'm not gonna be disrespectful to them. I'm not gonna call them out. I'm just gonna stay away from them. And people look at you like, wow, so, and they look at you like you wrong for not hanging around certain family members, around certain people. But it's just like, y'all can be delusional by yourself. Y'all know what type of people they are, and it's like you got people that has no problem with hanging around certain people You have no problem with hanging around with not hanging around certain people just because they family. You got certain people that they willing to take the abuse, the all that because my nose break came out because they family. I don't give a fuck if you family. I'm not taking no abuse from you. I'm not gonna be delusional with you. For what? Just because you're my family, doesn't mean you can treat me any type of way. That doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna let a stranger treat me no type of way. Especially I'm not gonna let no blood treat me no type of way. Why would I do that? I care about myself too much. I respect myself too much. So we're just like you. You don't go to certain family functions because you like I'm not gonna be around this fake ass shit. You like I don't want to be. I love them, but I'm not gonna be delusional with them. And you got people that be in. You got. Let me tell y'all something. This shit is so crazy. You got people that. And it's really like family that I'm getting. Like you got people that will sit in a room full of family members knowing some of the crazy and then you got people around them acting like they ain't do certain things or acting like they don't know what's going on or know what they did. And they all seem like I'm not saying, look, let me tell you something. I'm not saying you can't forgive people and move on, but I can't move on when people are being delusional. We ain't got nothing to talk about. It's different between owning up to what you did and saying, yeah, I did it, or whatever the case is. Then we can move on from that. But when you're still delusional, still walking around like it ain't shit happen, you know how you got them certain families. You got secrets in your family, stuff going on there they sweep under the rug, and they steady want to be around each other like it ain't shit happen. And they this been going on for generations though, and people act like that's normal. That's people's norm. I'm not doing that no more. That's not normal to me. I don't like that. So you're not gonna see me in certain places. They're not gonna see you in certain places because you like, I'm not gonna sit around this delusional stick. I'm not doing that. I'm not because if I stay around y'all or stick around you, that means I agree with what you did, agree with what you're doing. Mind you, I'm not perfect. But when you can't own up to what you did, or when you mention some things, they look at you like you crazy, or she crazy, or he crazy, knowing that what you're saying is true. You know I can't be around. You know what I'm saying is true, and you try to make it seem like I'm crazy. So it's like you no longer want to continue with this delusional ass. You no longer want to continue with these generation curses where it's like everybody, sweep stuff on the rug. They sweeping secrets on the rug. We ain't got time for that. Y'all, I don't have no kids. I got nieces and nephews, but I refuse to have them be around people that still want to live in delusion, still want to act like what's been going on was okay. Or it didn't happen. Like people talk about it. They like to talk about it when the person ain't there, but it's just like you still hang around them. You still feed into their delusion. Cause me, I'm gonna show you that what I feel like is not okay when not being around. You're gonna know I don't f with you when I don't come around. You're gonna know. You're gonna know that I don't want to be around delusion or be around certain friends and family that still want to continue on with this delusion as family secrets. Like I'm past the family secrets. I'm past people not speaking on it or touchy subject. No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But no, y'all want to sleep on the rug like ain't shit happen. How do you grow? How do you heal? Pretend like ain't nothing happened. How do you build on lies? How do you? And I heard this from Charlemagne. He said something that I liked. It. He said, "How do you build on a lie? How do you? That's not a stable foundation." So people think that they're gonna continue to live a good life while they out here being delusional. They think they're gonna continue to live a good life knowing certain things and ain't saying shit. It's like certain people see. Let me tell you something. You might have certain. I don't want to like trigger anybody, but you got certain people that know what's been going on. Like you got certain people in your family that know what's been going on, and they don't say nothing. They don't say nothing. Like they see what's going on and they don't say shit. They might not be the ones that's doing it, but you still ain't saying. If you seeing something and you're not saying anything, and you think I want to continue to be around somebody like that, you dangerous. I can't trust my kids around nobody that's. Let me tell you something. I don't have kids yet, but I got niece and nephew. I can't trust nobody that's still delusional. I can't trust nobody that knows what's been going on, and because that's dangerous to me. I can't trust nobody like that. I can't leave my kids with you, and you're still delusional about stuff back in the day, and you still not own up to what you did, and you still one of those people that seen stuff and ain't say shit. I understand people go through things. I understand people don't know no better. I understand people experience things that they don't know what to do. I get that, but we all have choices. And you know certain things don't feel right. That's why when I see people do stuff now, they be like, oh, now they want to speak on it. Not like just like, like for example, and I don't like to get into like celebrity stuff like that. Like for example, like you know how when P. Diddy got locked up, now everybody want to do interviews, but it's just like you ain't no better than the people that was doing what you said they was doing because you seen it, you ain't say shit. You don't get kudos for speaking out. My baby said no. You don't get kudos. He's sleeping. You don't get kudos for speaking out. People feel like just because they speak up now that they get kudos. They feel like just because they speak on now, oh yeah, I seen it all. You don't get kudos for that. You don't get because I'm looking at you like, so you seen everything and you ain't said nothing. I understand people are put in a certain position. I get that, but it got to come to a time where you have to overcome your fear. You gonna have to suck it up and do what you got to do. I understand it don't happen that easy. I get that. I understand that. Just like leaving is not easy. I understand. Like that's why I would never tell nobody why you stayed so long. You still, I would have been left. You can't tell nobody what to do in their life. When they leave, when they want to leave, that's when they want to leave. But it's just like don't complain about it. My thing is you can stay in a relationship all day that's not meant for you, but just don't complain to me about it. I won't judge you. I won't say anything. I will congratulate you, whatever the case is, but just don't come to me complaining about nothing. And you know you're supposed to do a certain thing because I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna come to somebody complaining. I used to suffer in silence because I'm like I would look like a fool come and complain to somebody when I know I'm supposed to leave, when I know I'm supposed to do that, but I don't beat myself up for it because I had to get to a place where I'm like, okay, I'm strong enough to leave. I'm strong enough to be like, no, I'm not taking this no. I would take a lot of things because because it's family or because it's no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because God had to tell me like the most high my angels, my ancestors, they had to tell me like, you think I want people to disrespect you because they your family member? What the fuck that mean? Like I be telling them, they be like, oh, I'm surprised so and so did it because they can't. What that mean? I don't get why people be surprised when it's a family member that does something. When you got some people that you got strangers that treat you better than your family members, like because they're still human at the end of the day. They still just because they're your blood, that don't mean they ain't gonna make no mistakes. That doesn't mean they're not gonna portray. That doesn't mean they owe you loyalty because you their blood. That's why I tell people I don't want nobody to ever love me because I'm their blood relative. Love me because you love who I am first. So I know it's real. Don't love me because it's because we're related. Because that don't mean shit to me. You can betray me at any time. Like people betray people when they're kin, when they're blood. So that's not the reason why I want you to love me. I want you to love me because who I am, so I can trust you. So I know that's where loyalty come in. It's not loyalty through blood. Not for me. You might see it differently because they say blood is thicker than water, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna take abuse from blood over a stranger. I'm not taking shit from a stranger or anybody I'm related to. I'm not doing that. Because who said you gotta take certain shit from because they're your family? Who said that? Who made up that rule? That you gotta take what somebody's giving you because they're your blood relative. Who the fuck said that? And that's what we go by. I'm not saying don't go by that, but what I'm saying is who said that you had to take abuse because they're your family members? Who said that? Who came up with that rule? Can nobody tell you who came up with that? Because that don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? That don't work for me. And I'm just over certain things. And I feel like with you, people are over you because you're no longer want to be in their delusion, and they mad at that. They upset that you willing to point out the truth and say what it really is, while they still want to be in la la land and pretend land like it ain't shit happen. They mad at you. You point out people's secrets. You know people's secrets. You point out who people are for real, and people don't like you. But that's your gift, baby. That's your gift. You point them out, baby. Point them out. Point them out. You point them out. And that's it, y'all. My nephew sleep. I'm gonna see if he gonna lay back down. I fucking love y'all. Keep reading the bitch. Keep reading people. Cause they're not ready for you. But they finna get ready. I love you, friend. This is me. This is us in real time. Bye, you guys. Bye.